Hey everybody, Captain B-Nard back here with another Wi-Fi battle. So today we have a battle against Logan, and so yeah, looking at their team on the side there, looks to be pretty powerful, pretty meta-looking team there. Looking at my team, it is the same one that I used in the last match, the Overquill team here, sort of a rain team as well. So yeah, what do I want to lead with in this one? I think we're actually just going to go ahead and lead with the Politoed straight away in this one. I think that is the best possible option. And yeah, we'll go ahead and see how that works out. All right. So, looks like he is going to go ahead and lead with the Iron Valiant, actually, as we led with the Politoed. So that's definitely a bit of a surprise. Not what I was expecting him to lead with, but not the end of the world. It looks like he actually is going to go ahead and pop a booster energy right away. Cork Drive going to activate to increase this thing's speed, which is not the best for us. But yeah, so we'll see what we can do here. I think our best course of action is probably just to go straight for a Surf, Rain boosted, get as much damage as possible, so that's what we're going to do. This thing does go ahead and bust out the Terra right away, so very aggressive in the early stages of this matchup here by my opponent. Going to Terra into an Electric type, so that's not good. Yeah, so Terra Electric. Iron Valiant is here. Going to go for the Thunderbolt. It is Terra boosted. This is going to do a lot of damage, I think. Does actually cleanly take us out with a critical hit. I don't know if the crit mattered. I kind of feel like it might have, just because we are max HP investment. So yeah, that is a really rough way to start the match for us. So yeah, how do we want to try to bounce back into this one? I think the best thing we can do probably is to... I don't know. Let's come in with our Overquill. I think that might be the best way to go. So we'll come in with Overquill, and we are Swift Swim max speed, so I think we outspeed this thing because we get ×2 from the Swift Swim versus Cork Drive with a booster energy is only 1.5. However, this thing is naturally faster than us. So it's going to be a numbers game, but I think we might actually get the outspeed. I think our best course of action is to go for a rain-boosted liquidation here, so that's what we're going to do. They actually do outspeed us, so that's kind of surprising. I guess Iron Valiant just is that much faster than Overquill, but they go for a Calm Mind, greedy play to get that special attack, special defense increase as we go for the liquidation. Not quite enough to take this thing out, though, unfortunately. As we do take some Life Orb recoil damage. So this is definitely not a good spot to be in for us right now. After that Calm Mind boost, I don't know if we can really even take an attack from this thing, but I guess we're going to find out because we don't really have a good switch here. So I guess we just go for another liquidation, as they do go for another Thunderbolt. I don't know if we could take that because we're not bulk invested, we're speed invested. So the Thunderbolt hits and it does take us out. So we lose our Overquill and we go down to 4. So definitely a very rough start to this match for us. I'm not 100% sure what we can do. I guess the only guarantee that we really have at this point is to go ahead and come in with our Fortress. So that's what we're going to do. We do have the Sturdy, which means that we can live any attack that this thing goes for. And we just fire off an Earthquake, I suppose. We could Rapid Spin, there's not much point, so we'll just go for the Earthquake, as this thing is going to go for another Thunderbolt. Calm Mind boosted and Terra boosted. Does knock us all the way down to our Sturdy, but we do survive because of it. Then we go for the Earthquake in return, which will definitely finish the Iron Valiant off there. And knock him down to 5 Pokemon. But very, very rough start to the game for us. Going to be hard for us to try to get back in the game here, as we are going to get some HP back with the leftovers as well. So we'll see what he wants to come in with in response. And it is going to be the Blaziken. So that thing is in. he probably just takes us out here, but I think our best course of action is just to go ahead and go for an explosion. So that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to click explosion here in case he tries to double switch or something. He is just going to go straight for a blaze kick, and that definitely takes us out from that range. So that is going to be it for Forretress. We are going to go down to 3, and then Blaziken going to get the speed boost as well. So definitely in rough shape here. I think our best bet is to go ahead and come in with the Kingdra, so that's what we're going to do. And we should still outspeed this thing. So I think what we want to do here is... he does have a switch to the water move, so I feel like what we want to do is we actually want to go Hurricane instead. It is guaranteed accuracy thanks to the rain. So we're just going to go Hurricane in case he tries to switch. He does actually stay in, so we go for the Hurricane. It is choice specs. It does take the Blaziken out and knock him down to 4 Pokemon, so that's something. So yeah, that's not too bad for us. So we'll see what he wants to bring in here. He may not know that we're choice item, which could definitely play to our advantage here. Because if he did know we were choice items, he does have a pretty good switch to us. So yeah, we'll have to see what he wants to do. Okay, so he is going to go ahead and come in with the Landorus. So that thing is in. Does intimidate us to lower our attack. Doesn't really matter since we're a special set. And I think that... I'm not 100% sure why he would make this switch, but I feel like we should just stay in Hurricane. So that is what we're going to do. As we do outspeed, we get a choice specs Hurricane on this Landorus. It does do over half, which is nice, and we do get the Confusion, which is also nice. So is this thing going to break through or not is going to be the question. It does go for a bulk up, so that's interesting. So he, again, was expecting us to switch out, but we do stay in, which helps us as the... he's going to get an attack and defense increase, but that's not going to help him to survive another Hurricane, so we're just going to go for one more, and the second one will definitely take care of the Landorus. So that takes care of that thing, knocking him down to 3 Pokemon. So Kingdra getting us back in the game here. Unfortunately, the rain does end at this point, which is not great because we have no way to reset it. So now he's going to go ahead and come in with the Glimora, and so it's down to the Glimora, the Poltergeist, and the Urshifu on his side. So how do we want to play this? I feel like we definitely have to switch because we know he resists the flying move, plus the rain is gone, so it's not perfect accuracy anymore. What do we switch in with, though? Oof, this is tough. I'd say Rhydon is probably our best switch here, so we're going to go ahead and come in with Rhydon. And we'll see where that gets us. We really didn't have an optimal switch to this thing because this thing could have coverage for us. But we're going to Rhydon. We do resist both this thing's stab moves, and he does go for a Sludge Wave, so that kind of works out for us, does minimal damage. So yeah, now unfortunately a lot of times these things do carry ground coverage, so I'm very tempted to go ahead and bust out my Terra here to try and change my type chart, because I don't really want to take an attack from this thing. So I feel like it might be time to Terra. Now unfortunately these things are usually Focus Sash too, so it's going to have that intact if it does have it. But even so, I think our best course of action is to Terra to not take super effective damage, and then we'll try to take this thing out with an Earthquake. So that is the game plan here. We'll see where it gets us. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and put our faith in Rhydon once again here. Terrasilize into a Water type, which almost completely flips our type charts here. So there that is, and he's definitely going to outspeed us. He does go for the Earth Power, so he does have that coverage on deck. We do take it. It takes us down by to about half. We go for the Earthquake in return, and that does cleanly one-shot this thing, actually, so it was not Focus Sash, which is good. The Toxic Debris does activate to set up a layer of Toxic Spikes, which is no good. But we do get rid of the Glimora and knock him down to 2 Pokemon. So the Terra did save us there, I think. I don't know that we could have taken a super effective attack. But now he's going to go ahead and come in with the Sinestcha, it is. And that's bad news for us. Now, I feel like as much as I don't want to give this thing an opportunity to set up, I feel like we pretty much have to switch out against it. And I think we're going to go ahead and switch into Vikavolt, fearing the grass move. I think that's what we're going to do. So he very well could go for the grass move, although he could also take this chance to set up. So we're going to switch to the Vikavolt here, as he does go for a Matcha Gotcha, and he actually misses, which is unfortunate for him, but given the bad luck we've had, I will take it. So not sure how much damage that would have done anyway, but it is what it is. So at this point, I think damage is going to be the name of the game, so we're just going to Bug Buzz here for max damage output. He does go for a Calm Mind, which is bad news. That's going to go ahead and give him a special attack and special defense increase, of course. And so we do go for the Bug Buzz here, and it does still do solid damage to this thing, taking it down by almost half. But unfortunately, he is going to get some HP back with the leftovers. So I definitely think we just have to continue to wear this thing down with Bug Buzzes, so that's what we're going to do. He is going to fire off a Shadow Ball here. It is at +1. It does, with another critical hit, do a ton of damage to us, take us down in the red. We do survive. We go for the Bug Buzz, which does knock this thing into the red, but it does survive as well. So that crit is very devastating, because now we can't take another attack from this thing, which is really unfortunate, as we both get some HP back with the leftovers, but it's not going to matter. We're going to go for Bug Buzz again, but we know he outspeeds us, so he actually Strength Saps us this turn, which is bad news. So that's going to cut our attack and give him a whole bunch of HP back, which is bad news. We go for another Bug Buzz. Does knock him right back down to the same level, which is good. So the only silver lining here is that he's not going to be able to play this game where he gets to leave this thing in healthy condition at the end of this exchange. So I think that once again, our best bet here is to just go ahead and keep spamming Bug Buzz against him. As much as I would like to do something else, there's no point. So he is just going to go for the next Shadow Ball, which, based on the damage output of the first one, will indeed take our Vikavolt down, knocking us down to 2 Pokemon. And then, of course, he is going to get more HP back with the leftovers. So we're going to see what we can do. It's coming down to the wire, 2 versus 2. Now, unfortunately, Rhydon does get outsped and taken out, so we pretty much have to just come in with the Kingdra here. And so we really have a big choice to make here, as we do get poisoned off the Toxic Spikes, because we have to decide what move we're going to lock ourselves into. And I feel like the best thing we can do, given the fact that his last Pokemon is the Urshifu, I really don't want to miss a Hurricane, and I don't think, and we don't know which Urshifu that is, if it's Rapid Strike or Single Strike, so I think Draco Meteor has to be the answer here. We do outspeed, we go for the Draco Meteor. It is definitely enough to finish the Sinestcha off, I should say, and knock him down to just 1 Pokemon, as we do take that hard special attack drop, and then we take some poison damage as well. So it's all going to be down to whether we can take this Urshifu down or not. So he is going to go ahead and come in with the Urshifu, and it is the Rapid Strike Urshifu. So I think our best thing we can do here is probably just go for another Draco Meteor, honestly. I don't think there's any reason to switch. I don't think that would benefit us in the long run, so we're just going to stay in Draco, as he does close combat us, and we cannot take that, unfortunately, so we do get one shot by that. The Kingdra goes down. He takes some defense drops, and we go down to 1 Pokemon. So it is all going to be on this, essentially. Can our 50% health Rhydon take an attack from this thing is a question. We do get poisoned off the Toxic Spikes, but we are very physically bulky and Eviolite. So, can we do it is the question. We're just going to click Earthquake and see what happens. That's all we can really do. He goes for the close combat. Can we take it? No. Unfortunately, we cannot take it, as the Rhydon is going to go down. That is going to be game. So we are going to lose that one 1-0 against Logan. But that was a really solid match, actually. Very close, highly competitive. I feel like it could have gone either way. I feel like the bit of hacks that there were definitely tipped the scales a little bit against us, unfortunately. But it was a really solid match through and through. Unfortunately, just not quite enough to get over the finish line in that one. But like I said, very solid matchup. So that's going to do it for this one. Thanks for watching again, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and/or subscribe if you did enjoy, and stay tuned for more new battles in the future. So that's it, and we'll see you next time.